Good evening, everybody. We're here with Manila Bulletin's research head, Mr. Leo Laparan. Hi, sir.
Hello. Good evening. Or
Ah.
is it evening? Good afternoon. I'm sorry.
Well, let's pretend na evening na lang kasi like requirement kasi siya, so yun.
Alright.
Oh, sige. We're here to ask you a few questions regarding sa time mo sa media industry. You've been in the industry for the past 13 years ba? If I'm not mistaken, 13,
Yes,
no?
13 years. 13 years.
Okay, sir. Okay, first question, what are the differences you see now, when since yung first napasok mo sa industry and yung time mo ngayon?
Okay. I first ventured into the print media industry in 2003. So, you can compute my age. During that time, media men were paid relatively lower than how they are paid today, which is still low, I should say. You must remember that there's no media, there are no rich media people here in the Philippines because we are one of those workforces that are really underpaid, but we're doing a lot in our job. Well, anyway, let's not go into that, into details. Yes. 2003, I remember that hindi pa ganun parang ka-common yung technology when it comes to doing your work as a journalist, especially in print. I would like to believe that I entered the industry at a time na nagsisimula ng pumasok yung talagang yung technology that we are utilizing today, because reporters back then still use the typewriter, if I remember. May mga typewriter pa kami rito. Yes. Electric naman. Electric typewriters. But we were also starting to use email already back then to submit our reports and for editors to reply to the reporters who submitted their stories if ever they had questions about the story. In terms of production of the newspaper, I think I saw one time that we were still using the paste up method in laying out the pages of the newspaper, but we were also starting to use 2003. Yes. That time we started with Corel. Hindi pa yung Adobe InDesign. Pero ngayon we're using InDesign. And I think much has changed really when it comes to reportage, especially if you're a print journalist, because most print journalists now have gadgets that most of the time they use when they give their news stories, their reports to the desk. Gone are the days that you have to phone in your stories to your editor to dictate what happened in your beat. You yourself will have to write your story, then send it to the desk for editing. So I think with technology, mas pinabilis yung trabaho ngayon. Like, especially in print, na email na, tas meron ng program for laying out the pages, and also in printing itself, because, well, I'm proud to say that I'm working for a company that has a state-of-the-art printing facility, and that the company owns that printing facility. So, yes, I think until now, kami lang yung broadsheet na kami talaga yung may-ari ng printing facility among the top 3 broadsheets, because other print media organizations rent out or nag-outsource sila ng printing for the newspaper. what else? Ano, yun yung nare-remember ko. May paste up pa dito, may typewriter pa. Ngayon, you won't see any more of those. As in, wala na. Nag-vanish na talaga. And it would look like a print media organization is ano na eh, parang pareho na ng ibang media platforms like broadcast and online. Because if you will see our newsroom, we have a video wall. We also have a video team right now, which we utilize in a lot of our news reports for the newspaper. We also have social media. Yeah, our social media section or department, I'm not sure if departments or section, is one of the youngest sections in the newsroom because I think they were put up about 3 years ago lang, 2013, when a lot of media companies started utilizing Facebook, Twitter, Instagram to disseminate the information that they want the public to know.
So, one of the biggest differences, yung convenience, kumbaga ng panahon nga. Okay, sir. Well, feel ko 30, ano na ba? 34? 35, no? Like, 35. Well, bata pa, 35 eh. Kerry. Kebs, ganun. Kebs, sa 35.
Kasama talaga. Kasama. Sige.
Okay. My next question, and you talked about yung differences niya and what it means yung sa online social media, sa digital videos, and kung paano mag-reach out sa audience nyo, yung difference noon sa ngayon. Pero, what made you stay sa print media industry? Kasi for the most part, looking for better opportunities, yun yung, as people, di ba, as professionals, we look to find new ways para kumita ng pera or para mabuhay lang talaga. And what made you stay sa print media industry kahit maliit yung sweldo?
Interestingly, I finished broadcast communication in college. So, people were like saying, ba't ka nasa dyaryo? Dapat nasa TV ka. TV talaga, hindi man lang radio or ano. Kasi when you say broadcast, it's radio and TV. But, it was my childhood dream din kasi this is my dream job, to become a journalist for a newspaper. And when I first stepped out of Manila Bulletin, that was back in 2007. So I think I had worked for 4 years back then before I left. I tried corporate, I tried magazine, although it's still print, publishing pa rin yun. Yeah, I became a managing editor for Summit Media. And I tried SEO, search engine optimization. So that's really hardcore online publishing. Walang print talaga. But I felt that I am cut out for newspaper job. That's why I kept looking for it again. And when there was an opportunity, thanks to Facebook, because it was through Facebook that I got to talk to the boss of Manila Bulletin and negotiated a possible return back in 2012, and that possible return happened. So I was back here 4 years ago. So magpa 5 years na ulit ako dito. And considering that magpa 5 years na ako dito, it seemed like ganun na kabilis yung time.
Any last remarks bago umalis? Yung comment ka ba dito sa interview na to, ganyan?
Although medyo sabog ang interview. But I loved answering your questions. I'd like to advise young people of today, especially the ones who may follow the footsteps of those who are working for the industry at present, like me. You read, and read. Because you cannot write effectively if you don't read. Yun lang.
Okay, sir. Wisdom and words I've heard before. And again, thank you, sir. Thank you for your time. And that's it for tonight. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Bel Suralta, signing off. Good night.
Play ba yan?